back, Transformer TCG fans. Keeping up with the game, adding some more characters here. The character side of things with the Velocitron line and Legacy and whatnot that is currently in the stores. Trying to kind of, I'm not making everything a card, but maybe a few. Now, we did Holler first. I did had one video dedicated just to this character. All right, so let's show two more and maybe a stratagem. So speaking of Holler, I did add him a stratagem called Invisible Helper. Why Invisible Helper? Because after episode 1, we never saw him again. And they called him Holler and said, Holler, haul him up. And it was really supposed to be Grapple, because if you understand what was going on back then, Grapple was going to be that character. And the right hand wasn't shaking the left, and so the people that were making the toys didn't know the script and what was going on, so Holler turned into Grapple, etc., etc. So as Hasbro was grabbing up all those different toy figure properties and bringing them into the show. Okay, so it's a star stratagem that turns him from a 12-star character to a 13-star character. On top of him being a helper, when you flip him to alt mode, you can take a green pip card from your scrap and put it in your hand. So here's the stratagem. If you play the same green pip upgrade taken from your scrap when he was flipped to alt mode, repair 1 to a character you control. So you flip him to alt mode, take a green pip upgrade, say it's a Soldier's Blaster, and put it in your hand. If you haven't played your action or upgrade yet for turn, and it's past this first two, well, it would have to have scrap. Then you can play that Soldier's Blaster. So once you play that Soldier's Blaster, you can repair 1 to a character you can control. If it's Holler, yeah, go ahead and do it. If you have that, don't we have a Ratchet that if he's in play and you repair 1 to any character on your team, you can do 1 more. You have a toolbox on him, repair 1 more. Have a medic card, repair 2. I'm don't normally go the repair route with the game very often when I do play. So doing this with Holler, because kind of a double entendre here. So I think that works. I think this is neat. It's not much. In bot mode, his attack goes from 5 to 6. So 13-star character now has 6 attack in bot mode, only bot mode. So that, because of that, I did not add the little +1 to attack on the bottom left-hand corner of the stratagem, since it's only one side and not both. And just slight repair. Just repair 1. But if you follow that domino effect, it can be kind of big. And so is he. It turns him into a 13-star character. Let's keep going. I'm running out of time. My lunch will be over here in a few minutes. Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw is a Predacon. Okay? Recon and Scout. 6-star character, Beast and Melee in alt mode. His stats are 4, 10, and 1, and 3 and 2 in bot mode. We'll look at the bot mode in a minute. When you flip to this mode, your opponent reveals a card from their hand. Actually, scratch that. Let's back up. Flipping to bot mode. This is going to make more sense. Well, yay, a number popped up. Oh, yay, so a few numbers are showing up now. Trying to get this numbering system is ridiculous. Okay, so Buzzsaw. In his bot mode, his stats, like I said, are 3, 10, and 2. He has less attack in bot mode, but more defense in bot mode, which I thought felt needed for some reason. There's something about this character feels right doing it this way. He is melee on both sides. Yes, melee on both sides. And after this defends, if the attacker did not flip at least a black pip for battle, your opponent scraps an action card from their hand. Let me put, yes, if I put in card, it's going to roll it to the next line. Yeah, oh well. That's why I just had action there originally. But yeah, let's just change it to action card just to be safe in a grammar kind of way. Thank you, Brian Allen, and and Joe and Dan and I'm sure all those guys trying to with that is the ARC still doing anything? ATP and all those guys, even Dan's last video that I happened to see, he's like, if y'all see error, typos and mistakes, let us know so we can fix it. I know the feeling. So that's Buzzsaw. After this defends, if your attacker did not flip at least a black pip. So yeah, we have things that can give a character pierce. Action cards, upgrades, pierce directly on the character. But this is just flipping a black pip. If they don't flip a black pip after Buzzsaw defends, they're going to have to scrap an action card from their hand. Well, that's odd. What if I don't have an action card? Then they don't scrap a card from their hand. It doesn't say reveal their hand. They don't have to reveal their hand to you. But they're going to be like, they may have maybe 2 or 3 cards in their hand. One of them may happen to be Leap of Faith or Bolt of Lightning, and the others are upgrades, and they're going to be like, and have to scrap it, So let's flip him back over to alt mode. If you didn't already read what's there, when you flip this to this, when you flip to this mode, yeah, I don't need this in there twice. When you flip to this mode, your opponent reveals a card from their hand. If the opponent's card was an upgrade, one of your other characters has Pierce 2 until end of turn. Well, you're going to be saying, well, duh, that's kind of stupid. If I have other cards in my hand, all I have to do is just not reveal an upgrade. Exactly. And this is, again, a small starred character. So this may not work well. It may not work all the time. It's weak on purpose, in a way, okay? But it's an interesting gimmick I haven't seen before. I thought I saw a snake for a second, but it's not. But we have the good snakes around here. I've seen green, and I've seen the black rat snake, and I just sort of let them be. It's like, if we got good snakes, I'm not going to kill them. My wife can't stand any snake, but I used to play with little green snakes when I was a kid. So if the opponent's card was an upgrade, one of your other characters has Pierce 2 until end of turn. So if you're defending, and this is a character, despite his low health, well, 10 isn't that bad. 10's kind of average. And he defends in bot mode. They'd happen to, everybody has Pierce nowadays. Pierce gets through defense unless you have certain cards. But if they don't flip Pierce, they're going to have to scrap an action from their hand. The less actions they're going to have in their hand, to flip him on your turn, get him to reveal a card. Hopefully it's going to be an upgrade because they have scrapped an action from their hand, and it's going to give your other characters Pierce 2. Okay, that's how that works. That's the whole idea. I haven't quite seen this. I almost made it Pierce 1, but I'm thinking, well, this is so, hard, might be not easy. Again, it's sort of based on Russian roulette kind of thing for this card game that I like doing, unfortunately, where, is it going to happen? Probably not. Will it happen? Maybe. If it happens, it might be interesting and satisfying to have that work out. You just never know. So that's Buzzsaw. Let's look at another small little character that I made here called, in Buzzsaw, he's just a common. I'll just leave him at common. Road Rocket is next. Road Rocket is an Autobot, loner, and a ninja. 5-star character that is a motorcycle in Melee, and he's Melee on the other side. I had to look up this guy. I thought it was Road Rage, and then I realized, oh, no, and I was looking online. Road Rage is the red repaint of Tracks, and I was like, okay, so it took me a second, and I found that somewhere it was mentioned Road Rocket for the Velocitron toy line. I'm like, oh, that's it. Okay, so Road Rocket is not Flame War. a little bit like Flame War, but let's take a look at this together. Motorcycle, melee, 5-star, like Flame War. Kind of interesting stats here. 1, 9, and 2 in alt mode. When you flip to this mode, each of your other motorcycles has Pierce 1 until the end of turn. So get some of those motorcycles, some of those homemade motorcycles. Make sure you have Flame War. This might be interesting. And it's only Pierce 1. It's only Pierce 1. I thought about making it Pierce 2, and I'm like, no, this is a 5-star character. A motorcycle character that when you flip, yeah, I did add a little bit of shadow under there to try to mix him in with the background. But I did take it off the package, flipped it, and threw it on this normal fast background. Okay. When we flip him over to bot mode, this is just as simple as it get. While he was 1, 9, and 2 in alt mode, he is 4, 9, and 0 in bot mode with only tough 1. I almost made him vanilla and gave him maybe a 5 attack, and I'm like, no. He doesn't have any defense, so give him at least tough 1. In 4 to attack in for a 5-star character, it's a little more than the average, about average, a little more over that. So if we need to go 5 attack, let me know. But I think for going from 1 to 4 is okay, and then what the heck was that? So that's really all I was going to go over. I got to get back to work, and I'm going to find out what that noise was, unless maybe it was a tree that these people are cutting down that I've been hearing with a chainsaw. So that's all we went over. Holler's Stratagem, Invisible Helper. We looked at Buzzsaw, 6-star Predacon, and Road Rocket, 5-star Autobot motorcycle that hopefully will work with some of your other motorcycles as well. We'll see you next time. Thanks for following along. Thanks for being here. And like always, have a great day. Have a blessed day. Autobots, flip out and let's roll for it.